Hi everyone, Rene Bastarache with the American School of Hypnosis, and we are live with Hypno-Chat. And I know my screen seems to be popping up and down as I'm talking because I'm still adjusting the screen. So bear with me as I move me around. Oops, the other way. There we go. All right, I think I'm centered now. And we have a chat on the right side here. So while we're waiting for people to pop in, hello, Peter. And we have people popping in already. They're saying hello before I even ask them to say hello. That's great. So I'm actually typing. I can't type and talk at the same time. That's the French in me, right? Let's see if that went through. All right. Hello, tell me where you're from. And that's not just for you, Peter, but that's for everybody. When you come in, say hi, tell me where you're from and what we're going to be doing. New Jersey. All right. We finally have our first foreign country here. No, I know you're not a foreign country, but. And let's see, Eugene. Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Ooh, actually, I've been through there. We used to have our office in Philadelphia, and we took a trip down into Amish country, and not with a wagon, though. We took a car, and beautiful country. Mark from the UK. I haven't been there, so Mark, you need to take me over to a fishing trip so I can see what it's like. Always wanted to catch a UK fish or is an okay fit. Anyways, but let's see. Yeah, so yeah, I've been all through Pennsylvania, beautiful country. Matter of fact, we used to have an instructor down there, Jamie Tyndall, who was an instructor in Lancaster. Since then, moved further south. So, anyways, as people are popping in, I'd like to wish everyone here in the U.S. a happy Memorial Day. It's been Memorial Day weekend. Raluca and I have been working on plants and shopping and having fun. And for those of you who are on my email list, you know what else we've been doing. Take a guess. What have we been doing that we just advertised yesterday? Someone's got to have gotten an email telling them about our brand new project we just put together. Mm-hmm. Giving you a second to type it in. Anyways, we've been busy as bees working on this new project that I'm going to tell you about in a moment. We're going to talk a little bit about it today. And we're also going to be having a couple giveaways. So for those of you that wanted to come in just for a minute and take off, you're going to have to stick around if you want to get the giveaway. Peter, building my boat. No, that's not it. But thanks for remembering. Yeah, we're actually interesting story about that, Peter. I once had an uncle that built an airplane in his garage, and he put the wings on before he took it out, then had to take the wings off to get it out of the garage. Well, I almost ran into that same situation. I was building a huge ocean fishing boat in my basement. Thought it was going to work out fine. So, anyways, I was doing it through the winter, and I had the whole frame put together, and from the plans, got it all measured out perfectly. And I'm starting to put the panels on the side, and I only had this much room. Let's see, there, that much room. So about a foot and a half to get around each side of it. And the front and the back had about maybe 2 feet. So I was pretty lucky that it even fit in the garage. Anyways, to make a short story long, when I was working on it, you have to go from front to back. And of course, my bench was in the back and the nails were over here. And one day, I was having probably a tired day. And just walking from back to front, I must have banged my head and my legs on different things about 4 times, just going once. And I said, okay, you're coming down. So right now, my entire boat is a bunch of frames stacked up together on the right until I have a bigger location to build it. So that's the boat. Let's see. Paintball is not dry. I don't know what that means, but anyway, so that's what's going on with the boat. But what is the project that Raluca and I have been working on? Tell you what, I'm going to do that as part of my first contest since nobody told me. Go to our What's New page, which is the main page at the American School of Hypnosis.com. Go to the What's New page, look on there and see what the newest thing is that we just did. In fact, we are having a pre-order special as a hint on it right now. Come back and type it in the corner, and whoever that is will win a free script from our online hypnosis. Free, oh, actually, it's not a free, it's a paid script page. And we're going to give you any one you want on that page for free. So go find out what that is. Go to our American School of Hypnosis page. Find out what the project is that Raluca and I have just been working on. Come back and tell us here to win. And then I'll be able to talk about it. So until then, I'm just going to twiddle my thumbs and hum. You're going to have to sing, so you better move fast. So, anyways, we have a project we want to talk about. And actually, the entire segment I wanted to talk about has to do with this project, things that you can do with it and to help you along with your journeys for self-help as well as hypnosis. So come on, has anybody found it yet? Go to American School of Hypnosis. Raluca says, I'm going to go, and see what you can find. In the meantime, I have too bright on this side of my face, So we're going to shut the shades. And oh, look at that. Magically, my whole face is coming to the same brightness. I'm brighter than ever. So either no one has gone to the page or it's not updating for some reason. So in about 20 seconds, we'll give you 30 seconds. If no one has typed what the item is, I'm going to go ahead and say it. You will have lost your first prize and I have to wait for another one. What is the project where Luca and I have been working on? Ooh. Anybody? 20 seconds. Tick tock. Tick tock. Tick tock. What's that, Raluca? Oh, Raluca says I need to. Yes, we are hardwired. Unfortunately, I think what's going on is there's going to be a slight delay in our speaking. I know we tried this again on Friday afternoon, and it was peak time. And today being Memorial Day, I'm sure it's also peak time. And unfortunately, with peak time, there's so many people on that there's a delay between my voice and when you hear me. There's like maybe a 10-second, and sometimes it gets pixelated. Eugene, script book. You got it. Eugene wins. Yeah. That's my party mode. Imagine all kinds of tinsel coming down and balloons going up, Eugene. Yes, we have been working on a brand new book. And Raluca had the idea. She goes, let's write a script book having to do with the most Peter, hypnosis certification. No, that's the number one thing that's on the page, but that's not the new thing. That's been there for a while. It's the script book. It's the second one down. So anyways, she said, let's make a script book having to do with the most common scripts that people are asking for, that hypnotherapists are using in their office, that self-help people want to use for themselves. So what's the most common topics that hypnosis can be used for? And because the thing is, I have a lot of script manuals. I probably have about 30 script manuals that she and I have written that are on our store. But for instance, our first script manual is 400 scripts. Okay, it's over 500 pages, but there's 400 scripts in one book. It's like that thick. Okay. Now the thing is, out of those 400 scripts, how many are you going to really use in an office on a regular basis? There's probably 20 of them that you normally use or less. What do people come to see you most for? So you have this huge script manual and you're not getting to use most of it, but you're paying for all of it. Okay. So she said, let's make a manual with just the most common ones. But instead of getting the most common ones that are already out there, let's create our new one, our own new ones. So we put together a book and we called it, let's see the title, The Most Requested Hypnosis Script Manual, because they're the most requested hypnosis scripts. And it's actually on pre-order right now because Raluca and I are still finishing it. So throughout the week, we've been working on it and we have a few more to do, but she and I are both making brand new, the paint's still wet, like you said with the paintball, the paint's still wet, hypnosis scripts on all those titles. And if you went to our page and saw that, you see the titles of all the different scripts that we're doing. There's actually going to be 15 of them. So because those, people use that or less on a regular basis. So, and we're trying to make them, I guess you could say, as generic as possible. So usually if you make, let's say, a hypnosis script for chewing tobacco, only those people could use it. So by having a smoking one, but not with a certain type of, avenue, by making it a little broader, you can use it for all the smoking clients, or for let's say, stress. Instead of having a certain stress, stress from public speaking, how about all the other kind of stress? So this way we're making them a little more broad, so hypnotherapists can interview their clients, find out what their specific problems are, and add them into the script to make it as pinpointed as they need. And of course, you've seen a lot of scripts out there. They have negativity and a lot of things in there that shouldn't be in there. So since we teach this, okay, we're going to be making our scripts with only positive things because the mind doesn't understand negative. The subconscious doesn't. With a lot of added things we're slipping in to make them as powerful and as successful as possible. So that's the whole idea. The most requested hypnosis scripts. So anyways, let's see. Eugene won. And Eugene, what you need to do is send an email to us at admin@choosehypnosis.com. And with, go on our store. You're going to see where it says scripts. There's a page. It's actually a new page we made with a whole mess of scripts. And choose whichever one you like and email it to us. And we will send you that script in the exact same email. Now, let's see. What else did we have that we wanted to talk about? I'm going to talk more about this in a minute. But, the reason we're doing this, why are we coming on live? Just because I want you to see me on a holiday? Well, that's maybe one reason. But no, really, YouTube came up with a new program, a new beta program for YouTube Live. And we're going to be trying it for a couple of weeks. Matter of fact, I'm going to be doing it live at noontime every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday for the next few weeks. And we're going to see how it works out. Why not Tuesday and Thursday? Because I'm already doing a pre-recorded video on Tuesday and Thursday, and it's just too much to come on twice. Not too much for me, but too much for you guys. I know you can have too much of a good thing, they say, okay? So, hey. Anyway, so we're going to be doing it live on Tuesday. Excuse me, now I'm confused. Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So come on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday because we're going to be giving away things just like we just did, and we're going to in another couple minutes. And we're going to have fun, answer questions. So think about questions that you might have having to do with hypnosis. And if you can't think of any to put today for me to answer, think of some, in the next couple of days. And when you come back Wednesday or Thursday, if you want to have questions answered about hypnosis, about your business, about marketing, anything that can help you to be more successful, or even things that you would use hypnosis for, health things or whatever, ask the questions, email them to us if you can't be here, and we'll go ahead and try to speak about them online right here. So that's the main thing. We want to see how it works. We want to help you folks out, and we want to keep things current as much as possible. Now I'm going to ask you folks a favor also, okay? We're here, I know, not just for our good looks, okay? This is a business. We would like to grow our site as quickly as possible. So if you know any other hypnotherapists that would like to have free scripts on occasion, that would like to learn more, that would like to expand their business and improve it, please share with them this video, or actually just send them an email and let them know that we're going to be doing this, that we have videos going on. Send them to our YouTube site if you like, because that's going to help us to be able to expand and grow and continue to do this. Let's see. How many handshakes are there? I don't get the question, Eugene. You have to explain that a little bit more for me. Handshakes. Okay, I mean, I can interrupt with my handshake saying, excuse me, but I don't think that's what you're talking about. So, okay, let's talk again about scripts. Not so much the manual, but the reason we're doing so much about scripts is because that's one of the biggest things that hypnosis practitioners use. That's one of the biggest things they speak about. And one thing that we want people to know, because it's not only hypnosis practitioners that come to our site, we have a lot of self-help people coming here as well. So hypnosis scripts, so when you hear me talking about hypnosis scripts, it's not just for the practitioner. A lot of you may not know that hypnosis scripts can be used for the everyday person as well. All hypnosis is, you got to remember this, write it down. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis. Even as a practitioner, when I'm hypnotizing you, sleepy, whatever I'm telling you, okay, anything I'm saying to you, I'm also accepting the same suggestions because my subconscious mind is working all the time. So when I'm reading these scripts to you, Reading suggestions which is what you're doing when you're doing hypnosis. You're giving them suggestions. Unless you're going la 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 and trying to resist, you are also accepting the same suggestions. So for folks that want to do self-hypnosis, okay, and if you're interested in this script manual or any kind of scripts, all you need to do if you want to use it for self-hypnosis, first of all, you don't have to have your eyes closed for self-hypnosis. If you just read a script, okay, so you take the paper, this is a piece of paper, I have a little piece of note paper. You take the script and start reading it to yourself. Read it slowly, read a line or two, and imagine what it means. Because the key ingredient, okay, or the catalyst of hypnosis is your imagination. So if you read something and imagine what that suggestion means. If it's something for you, read it and imagine yourself doing it. And that's where the suggestions become accepted by the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is like a 5-year-old child, and it's very imaginative. It accepts suggestions as long as they're positive. Now, you hear me say that positive, positive, positive. Why is that? The subconscious mind doesn't accept negative. It will do whatever you focus on, but in the positive. Here's an example, okay? If you're walking into the living room of your house and your spouse is in the corner somewhere and he or she says, "Don't look," what's the first thing you do? Huh? You look, right? Because they said, "Don't look," but the subconscious mind focuses on look. So if you want somebody not to look, you say, "Look over there." What's that? Okay. Because it doesn't understand the don't, the not, the didn't. It only understands the focus. The focus is on look. Just the word says don't, but we don't think in words, we think in pictures. So another example would be 5-year-old child. Since our mind's like a 5-year-old child, let's talk about a 5-year-old. 5-year-old child. Oh, this is the first time I don't have a coffee cup with me. Somebody give me a cup of coffee. But anyways, a 5-year-old child's walking across the room to you from the kitchen, let's say, holding a crystal glass, your favorite crystal glass, filled to the brim with water, and they're all pleased, and they want to make you happy and bring you your favorite crystal glass filled with water. And what do? You look at them, you say, "Don't drop that," and they drop it. Why is that? What's the focus on when you say, "Don't drop that"? It's drop that. They dropped it, it crashed, it fell into 1,000 pieces, and now you're upset. But see, the kid didn't understand it because you don't subconsciously either. And it's important to realize this when you're creating scripts. And correct me if I'm wrong, how many times have you read a script that says something like, "No more are you angry. No longer are you smoking cigarettes, doing this, doing that. You no longer have panic attacks." You see what I mean? The mind saying, you do have panic attacks. You are angry. Okay. So no longer say that. Instead of saying you are no longer a smoker, say you are now healthy. You now have clear lungs. You feel so much better. Instead of saying you are no longer angry, say things like you're now happy. You find yourself feeling great because you got to think about what the mind is focusing on. Uh, you and your spouse are having an argument, okay, and she's really upset with you, and you finally joke or whatever, get her happy, and you go, "You're not mad anymore, are you?" What's going to happen? Bang! She's going to get mad at you again. So wake up. No negative. And that's what we do with our scripts. It's very important to just put positive in there. So for someone who is wanting to do this for self-help, one way to do it is just to read the script and to imagine it. Another way to do it is you can read the script on a recording device. And then close your eyes if you want to close your eyes and relax, sit back in the chair and play it back. And yes, you're hypnotizing yourself. As you play it back, imagine what you're saying to yourself. Now, when you do that, be sure to read it slowly. Like with most of the scripts that we write, you'll see there's like a dot, 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 and after some of the sentences. And when you see dot, 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 that means pause when you're reading it. And as a hypnotherapist, as I'm reading the script to somebody, I realize, oh, there's a dot, 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 and I pause also so they have time to think. And keep in mind when you're reading, you say, am I reading too slow? Well, in hypnosis, everything is even slower. So you might think if you're reading to somebody who's, man, am I going slow? And they're going to open their eyes saying, you are going so quick. So it's quite different.